Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So today is Monday. What do we do on Mondays? Makeup Monday. So for today's look, I'm gonna do a little bold. Now there is going to be a lot of colors involved, a lot of eyeshadow involved, and you know what? I feel like I haven't done a video with a colorful eyeshadow in a hot minute. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. So let's get into it. A couple things for this video. Number one, I do not have my nails on. I know. Secondly, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do my base like really quick instead of going step by step like I always do. All right, primer is done. Next, we're gonna go in with foundation. So I went ahead and did my foundation. Now let's move on to concealer. While I'm concealing, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys that I saw a video of the proper way to conceal, and I saw that they just added a dot on top, like in their, what is this area called? Above the Cupid's bow, let's say that. And I would always conceal like around the nose because that's where I have the most redness. But I'm gonna go ahead and try it with just having a dot up top and see how it looks. All right, so real quick, this is what the concealer is looking like. This is the placement that I am doing for today. So let's go ahead and blend it out. Concealing is done. Real quick, let's move on to bronzer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys which bronzer I'm going in with. I'm going with the Imco Beauty. Now, whenever I reviewed this one, I didn't know what the dupe was, and turns out this is the dupe for the Makeup by Mario bronzer stick, and I like it so far. So let's start contouring. Oh, I didn't do the thing. All right, so for the bronzer placements, I went ahead and did the forehead, the cheekbones, the nose, and this bottom part. Let's see what it does. So let's go ahead and blend this out. So now we blended that out, and honestly, I feel like today's base is looking good. Okay, we are doing something right. Real quick, while I bake, I'm gonna show you guys which picture or what I doodled. Do people still use that word? I found one of those pictures of like the face things, and I saved it to my phone so I can like go ahead and draw on there. I had inspiration come to mind. Now, I'm not saying I'm the one that came up with this, because honestly, like, I did use Pinterest for some inspo pictures. I didn't show you guys the picture earlier because I didn't want to scare you guys. Okay, but I'm gonna show you guys the picture now, and it is this. I know. So because of that, we are not going to do blush because we are going to drag down that pigment down to our cheekbones. I'm excited for this. I am here for it. I showed Hernan the picture and he was like, it's cool. Pretty colorful, right? So we're gonna have at it. We're gonna have fun for today's video. We're gonna see what works, what doesn't work. Let's do it. Real quick, I'm going in with a Q-tip just to wipe off the brows, just so they don't look a little too crazy on camera. I want you guys to see the vision here, okay? So for the look, I did add yellow, orange, pink, purple, and then blue, right? So for this, I'm gonna dig more into my palettes. I did tell myself that I wasn't going to buy more eyeshadow palettes until I use up what I got, you know? Or until I hit the pan on most of them. And I haven't been doing eyeshadow looks recently, so I'm never gonna hit the pan on them. So real quick, I'm gonna go in with a yellow. Now I am going in with my Tokyo palette. I'm not tilting it too much because I did in fact break the green. Like I said, I'm a beginner. I don't know if I'm supposed to start in the middle and then make my way in. I don't know if I'm supposed to start with dark colors and then move on to light colors, or if I should just do it in whatever looks good, looks good. Since this look is pretty bold, I am kind of smoothing out the pigment a little bit up to the brows. Not full up to the brows, but I'm kind of just trying to smoke it up to the brows. That way it's kind of like in your face type eyeshadow look, okay? First off, can we talk about this yellow pigment? She's there. In that same palette, I'm gonna go in with the orange that they have. I'm using the same brush just because, I mean, you know. First, I'm just gonna apply it straight down on both sides. And we're just going to slightly blend those two together. We're trying. We're gonna make it work. And then same thing, blending it lightly up to the brows, kind of giving it that ombre effect. With the same palette, I'm gonna go in with the pink. I did get this palette at TJ Maxx, so I don't know if there's anywhere you can buy this palette, but I feel like it's a cute starter off palette. I'll put it here again. It has a small amount, but a good variety of bright colors. I feel like it's not too big to the point where you feel like you have to do bright colors every single time. It's a small palette, literally, like, I feel like this one is good. And I mean, you guys are seeing the pigment to it. So this is what our eyes are looking like so far. Now the purple in this palette, I feel like it's a tad bit too dark for this look. Especially, I'm not used to going in with like straight on hard pigment, dark colors just yet. So I think for that, I'm gonna move on to a different palette. I think I'm gonna move on to... Actually, I think I'm gonna have to use that one. Let's hope this purple isn't too overpowering. So I'm just lightly going to dab in there. You guys can see that I picked up a little bit of that pigment. I am still using the same brush. Don't judge me. I pulled out like 5 different brushes and I'm still using one. But let's go ahead and lightly, just ever so lightly. Do you see that pigment? That's what I was scared of. But pigment is good. Pigment is good. So for this one, I think I'm just going to lightly drag it down. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not scared of the pigment. I'm scared of the layout. I'm scared that I'm gonna have it really lopsided and not looking good. But at the end, I'm still gonna be posting the videos, even if it's a flop. We're still gonna post it. Why? Because we are learning as we go, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a thicker brush and I'm just going to take my time and buff it out, because the more time you take on blending and buffing, the better your makeup will look. All right, so with that bigger brush, I am gonna go in with the blue. Now, these are pigmented, but you know what? We're dipping into vibrant colors. Let's do it. Now, am I happy with the blending? I am not happy, but we're getting somewhere, okay? We're trying. Now, if I'm being honest, I think what's throwing me off is that the purple isn't the shade of purple that I wanted it to be. And probably the fact that I'm not used to just dragging out my makeup like this. We're too deep in right now, you know? So let's just keep going. Real quick. All right, so I think the shadow, I think it's good. I think it'll do for now. Later on, I think I will have to recreate this and see my makeup skills. Hopefully there's a difference. By then there should be a difference, okay? But now I think I'm gonna do the stamps of the bubbles, you know, like in the picture. So I am gonna go in with this face paint. So I did order this a long time ago on Amazon, okay? We don't shop there no more. But yeah, so I have it, might as well use it. I am going to use the lid to a setting spray just to kind of like guide myself, you know? I feel like this is a little too big, but bubbles can be big, right? But I'm just gonna go ahead and just gently do the outside rim. I don't know how much it is. It might not look perfect. This is the make it or break it moment. We'll do my bad side first, and I'm just going to... It's not bad. Okay, it is not bad. And then I think I'm gonna do... Should I add more pigment? Let me add a little bit more because I don't want to have to go over it and then completely miss the circle. All right, so went ahead and added that pigment. I'm not looking for it to be like completely perfect because bubbles are different, right? So I think I'm just gonna do this one a tad bit a little higher. No, I wanted that a little bit more on the eyes, but I feel like it'll do. I'm gonna go in with a smaller one. I'm gonna go ahead and just use the lid to this and just do the same thing, add it along the rim. Now, will I go in public with this on? Not yet, at least. Not yet. I would hopefully later once I gain more confidence, but right now, probably not. All right, so this one I'm gonna do down here. Is it too bubbly? Am I doing too much bubbles? I don't know. And then this one, I think I'm gonna do on this side. Like so, okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and use a even tinier one and then maybe add one like up here or like right here. I don't know, let's see. Now, did I completely misplace that? I don't know, maybe there was a better place for me to place that, but too late now, we're gonna keep going. So this is what the bubbles are looking like, and honestly, I feel like it's a little cute. You know, I kind of like what I added to the lips. I added the white on the outline so you could tell it's gloss. I'm kind of gonna do that on some of the bubbles just to add a little bit of like to it. I'm just going to ever so lightly add a little bit of definition. Now, don't come at me with the whole placement of the way it looks. I don't know. I'm just placing random lines and dots. All right, so this is what our bubbles are looking like so far. Am I impressed? Yes. Honestly, I was a little scared with the whole like placement, but honestly, I think it's looking good. I think it'll do. So now I am gonna go in with this palette. Now I am excited to use this palette. I told you guys when I got this that I was going to use the crap out of it, and I only dipped into it once, and that was on Halloween, and I only used the brown because I was a deer. I don't know if I have a picture, I'll put it here. Real quick, I'm gonna show you guys the glitter that is in this palette. Now, since we are doing bubbles, I think I wanna go in with this one. It kind of has that like rainbow shift to it, and I think I'm gonna add it a little bit on the bubbles, a little bit on the cheekbone, maybe a little bit on the forehead. I don't know, we'll see. We'll mix it up a bit. Now this is what the shade looks like in case you couldn't see the shift in the palette. Now one thing with this face paint, I'm not too sure if it dries down, but I'm trying to avoid smudging it because I don't think I would be able to go back over it and not double line it, you know? So I am trying to avoid doing that, and with my luck, I jinxed it. Alright, so this is what the bubbles are looking like. I'm debating whether to add that more throughout the face or if I should kind of just focus it on just the bubbles. I did it. I went ahead and added just a little bit on the brow bone. I feel like with this look, I feel like you can't do too much. Well, honestly, probably you can. Before we move on to lashes, lips, and brows, let's do a close-up. And this is what the look is looking like so far. I love the shift effect that this glitter has. Now this palette I did get at Marshall's. I think it was either $19 or $14.99. Now I don't know the formula too well. I don't know if it dries. I don't know if it like kind of shifts. I don't know. We'll test it out at the end of the video. But for now, let's go ahead and move on. Let's keep going. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. So let's go ahead and do that carefully because I don't wanna ruin this look. Now, usually I would just do mascara, but I feel like mascara is a little too basic for today's look. So I think we're gonna go in with some lashes. I made up my mind. I think I'm gonna go in with these. Now, they are long, okay? But they're lightweight, and that's what I like. So I'm gonna go ahead and use those. Hopefully I didn't mess up on the lash. I really did want to have kind of that like fox look with this, but maybe this will do. Now, too bold. Do I need to turn it down a notch? And then I also have these lashes. Now, I think I'm gonna go with these. Did I mess up? I don't know. Now, when it comes to lashes, do I have any hack on applying lashes? No. I am actually going to apply this along the lash line up top, not the bottom because I'm not there yet. But yeah, I'm just going to add it as if it was liner. I've never added liner before. Let's give it a try. Now let's apply the lash and hopefully it looks good. I haven't worn lashes in a hot minute, okay? But I'm gonna go in with mascara under it because you can see my actual lashes because it has a lot of foundation, concealer, eyeshadow. It's been through it. All right, so the lashes aren't lashing today, okay? You can clearly see under, it looks really bad, but we're gonna use our imagination and pretend it looks good, and let's move on. For lips, I'm gonna go in with my normal lip combo, kind of. I'm gonna use my ColourPop to outline my lips. All right, so lips are lined. Now, I was debating whether to go in with this shimmery lipstick type thing, or if I should just go in with a normal lip oil, like with a little tint of color, but I think I'm gonna do both. I'm going to just dab it on because it looks weird when I like full on add it. So I'm gonna add that one to the bottom, and I'm gonna add my Milani Fruit Fetish. I am literally like on my last bits because this one is just so good. And the smell. And I'm just slightly going in with the brush that I use for the concealer and the foundation, and just going in and kind of like cleaning up my liner, you know, so it's a little bit more smoother, you know. Now for brows, I feel like I don't really have to do much for them. They look pretty okay for now, so I think I'm gonna leave my brows. I'm not gonna do anything. I was just gonna go in real quick and tint them up. Now I feel like I look different with lashes. Maybe I should start wearing more lashes. Anyways, so for setting spray, I am gonna go in with this. It's a dewy rose petal face mist. It also says it sets your makeup, and it has little petals in here, and it has glitter. Now, do we already have enough glitter on our face? Yes. Well, no, I've never used this, so might as well use it today. So let's go ahead and do that. It smells very rosy, very clean. Now my eyes are starting to water a little bit. I think it's because the lashes. So this is the finished look. Honestly, I feel like it looks really cool. I really like it, and I'm glad that we kind of went on with a very colorful, different look. I'm gonna get up close and personal. Don't judge my lashes. I know my lashes are not on right. I will get to it, okay? I will practice more. We will practice more. But let's get up close and personal. Now this is what the look is looking like. Very bubbly, very colorful, very funsy. I hope my sketch didn't scare you guys too much. Now the actual glitter itself is staying in place, which is a plus. For the actual like face paint, I just touched it and I just smudged it. It is not drying. Later I do want to invest in some water liners. I feel like, I'm so excited. Real quick, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Here we are all friends. We're trying makeup together. We're learning together. We're trying new things together. We're getting comfortable wearing makeup together, okay? And if you don't subscribe, how else will you find me? That is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around if you made it this far. Anyways, guys, I will catch you in the next video.